want to give y'all flowers though, because the podcast game, I told y'all this before, super watered down, been watered down for a very long time.
Right.
And y'all came in here off the top, busting people's heads off, and bullied y'all way into it, and now got a real brand. Right. And really have made some other places like change up a little bit too. I feel like this is kind of being replicated some places. So shout out to y'all, man. You got trendsetters in this. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's just coincidence that Joe added more people to the show.
How was it?
Go straight to the source.
I'm just shots. Well, it was going somewhere.
What I'm talking about is I've seen podcasts expand.
Right.
Going from 2, 3, 4 people to 5 people, a bunch of people, and a bunch of podcasts, not just one.
Right.
I feel like that's because there was something that happened here that organically caught on in the culture, and people like, oh, maybe we should do that too.
Well, we are still the highest ranked independent podcast.
Word.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Highest ranked independent podcast.
Independent.
So you mean like
we are not connected to a network.
Networks.
We are not.
And y'all don't want that?
Not really. I mean, how much money y'all got?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But nah, for now, nah. Nah, we good. We good. Keep it. You know what I mean?
Until 20 mil,
the future
30 mil.
is bright for us.
Until a billionaire from France comes and says, "Hey, my papa,
drop it on your head.
here's $30 million."
And I'll be like, just like license. Cool. But I appreciate that.
What up?
Yeah, thank you.
TMZ.
I don't think you're
Do we
thinking
start
at
there?
all.
Where do we start?
That's the bar. That needs
How
to
did
be
you
on the
even
t-shirt.
get there? Like,
I don't think you're thinking at all.
Yeah, because you're from Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
How did you even
Right?
get to TMZ?
You moved to LA.
Moved to LA.
You was Crip for like 5 years.
Yeah, doing my thing. Shout out to all my nah, it wasn't Crip. So I moved to hurricane happened in Louisiana.
Right.
And so when the hurricane happened, for me, it was a wake-up call. Not necessarily that I didn't have a home or a place to live. My father, we did lose a major part of our home, but what that showed me is that how quickly everything can devolve. Because, you're living in Louisiana and they say, yo, hurricane's coming. You
talking about Katrina, right?
Hurricane Katrina, yeah. Hurricane's coming, y'all try to get out, right? You need to leave New Orleans. And, I'm in Baton Rouge. We was in Baton Rouge. So we thought we're going to be straight. It's not going to pass over us directly, so we're going to be all right. But what happens is it comes, it hits, it destroys the city, the levees break.
Did you hear the dynamite go off on the levees?
Nah, it was like an hour away. So when they fucked over all of the people, I didn't hear. But just like that, everything changed. And when I say everything changed, I mean it's like, what do you do when you go to Walmart or to Albertsons, there's no food in there? Like what do you do? Right. You know what I mean? What do you do when you go to the gas station and they're out of gas, right? Like what do you do when it's a 5 o'clock curfew? Society devolves just that quick. We think all of this is gonna be around in perpetuity, like it's gonna be here forever.
Right.
And as many people as I had lost in my life in Baton Rouge, it always felt like we would move on, like society would move on. You might lose your homie, you might lose your uncle, you might lose whoever, but society will move on.
In your case, who did you lose?
A bunch of people.
Closest?
Well, shit. I mean, dog, everybody died. Everybody was on dope. Delvin, Tedford, Jason, George.
Like cousins,
These are people, I mean, when you get to a certain age and people just start dying, it's like, yo, Delvin got a fight at Texaco, dude pulled out on him, killed him. My homeboy George Temple, rest in peace to George. George got pulled over by the cop. Him and the cop got in a fight. Dude walked out of AutoZone, shot him in the head. My man Jason, we don't know what happened. They found him, his car was still running, and he was shot 3 times in the back.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So like, it just starts to happen. But that is kind of par for the course, right? Like, you talk to your dad. I talked to my dad. My dad passed away a couple years ago, but I talked to my dad at that time, and he'd be like, appreciate you. He'd be like, nah, just keep living. This is the way that it goes. Right. Everybody's got substance abuse problems. It happens.
Right.
But what you think is that you are going to always have the opportunity to move on because society will always be here.
Right.
And Katrina, to me, was a wake-up call that it might not be. Right. So whatever you're going to do in life, go fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do it. And so I was working on a movie at that time. Like I was a stage manager on the movie.
Okay.
One of the producers saw something I was writing and he liked it. So I was able to get a little bit of money off of an option. I moved out to Los Angeles and then I got a job. I never went back home.
Was this the higher learning?
No, this is like 2006. I get to TMZ in 2011. So I worked at a place called Capricorn Programs for about 3 or 4 years. And then that place went belly up.
What was that, Capricorn Programs?
It was a clip show production house. So like I was literally playing video games for a living. It was a video game show called Cybernet, and I would come in and I would tape the video games, then write a review on the video games, and then edit it, put it up there, boom.
How much was you getting paid for?
$500 a week.
$500 a week? Play video games?
Play video games. And I ended up making it to, it's so funny the way life is, right?
Right.
I get there, $500 a week. I'm like, cool, that's enough money for me. I had money from the little option that I had, but that's also enough money for me to stay in Los Angeles.
Right.
$500 a week. This is fucking nuts.
That was really enough money?
No.
No.
Not in LA.
No, not at all.
But let me tell you the thing about me that's different from a lot of people. Well, I wouldn't say it's different from a lot of people. What I would say is like, I don't really give a fuck about a lot of the things I think other people give a fuck about.
Right.
So for me, the reason why $500 a week was enough for me is because I was confident that I was where I needed to be.
Right.
So this is what I had in my life at that time. I had a computer and an air mattress, and that was it.
That was it.
I was
Pair of
living,
lugs.
huh?
Pair of lugs.
Birdman lugs, yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a computer and an air mattress. That's all I had. When I came out here, I put my stuff in boxes and I was out here and I was living. I was getting on the bus, going back and forth, right? But everything worked out. Riding the bus everywhere taught me the city. I learned the city. Nobody in LA rides the bus. I wasn't fly at all, didn't have shit. But I knew I was where I needed to be.
Right.
So I get to the point where it's like, $500 and I make it up to 800, then I make it up to 900, and then I'm getting to 1,000. I'm starting to move around a little bit more. I joined the gym. I start working out, playing basketball, and as time progressed, I start to get my feet wet in the city.
Right.
But a lot of times, like I talk to the kids that like ask for advice now, and they're unwilling to do that. They're unwilling to come to a place and not have it given to them. And I'm not even trying to be the old head. I'm just saying, they're like, man, I feel like I deserve this. I'm like, ain't no deserve.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
Ain't no deserve. Yeah. Like ain't no deserve. Like I'm on the bus with it. I'm playing video games with it. I'm busted. I'm fucked up. I'm the whole deal.
How long did you do that?
I would say probably 3 or 4 years. But see, the thing with me is this.
Did you get a raise?
I got a raise at Capricorn, but it was never like, I remember the guy there, the Tim Wells, he said, yo, he was real with me. He was like, yo, Van, you're very talented. I want to let you know that this is not the place where you're going to get rich. This is not the place where you're going to get rich. It's like, you can, like, he was the executive in charge of productions. Like, this is the place where you're going to stay here for a little while. It's going to help stabilize you, but this is not where you're going to get rich.
Right.
And then, like, the company just, like, went under. And I didn't have a job.
Damn.
And so for 2 years,
I felt like you got comfortable while you was there?
Yeah, I got comfortable. I got
comfortable with $500?
Nah, it
No,
wasn't.
it went up. Remember,
it wasn't 500 at this time.
You were selling weed.
At this time, I wasn't selling weed. I wasn't doing none of that.
You had a side hustle somewhere.
No, bro, I promise you.
You was in the park with the white boy.
Nah,
like, I pick him.
Man. Nah, man. Wasn't doing none of that. Wasn't doing none of that, bro. I'm telling you, I lived in Van Nuys, right?
Yeah.
And it was it was kind of shady because it was a Russian dude that had an apartment that he was subletting to us. I randomly found an apartment on Craigslist. It's $500 a month. It's a $1,000 apartment, 2-bedroom. I was splitting it with somebody else I didn't even know.
Right.
Air conditioner in the motherfucker didn't work. It's deep in the valley in LA. I'm spending all my time in the swimming pool, so that the swimming pool outside of it, so that I could stay cool when I went back inside. Like it was, but
that's not a harsh condition. He's in the pool.
It's look. So I'm not. So to me, I want y'all to understand.
Yeah.
To me, none of it's harsh.
Right.
You know why none of it's harsh? Because the way I looked at it, I was in a new place with a new opportunity, and where I had just come from, my whole community had been like obliterated. Everybody was fucked up. Like what people don't understand about something like the hurricane is the stress. I knew old black people that were 70, 75, but they were in good health. They lost their homes and they died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so for me, I felt free. I felt unencumbered by my family or any expectations around me. I felt like for the first time I had total autonomy. And I also felt like I didn't have to front for anyone. So to me, I didn't have to be fly. I didn't have to worry about my shoes.
Nobody knew you.
Nobody knew me. I could just be here and be focused on what it was I was trying to do.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.